So in today's web dev tip, we're going to take a look at how you can convert a string to a number in JavaScript. So we did a similar video on this a few weeks ago, another web dev tip, where we took a string and actually converted it into a number using the parseInt function and traded off a few of the other options that you've got. But I just wanted to run through them again and also compare them to some benchmarks as well to see which one performs the best. So in the previous web dev tip, we had the number 2.33 stored in our variable, but this has been converted into a string, and these are the different approaches that you've got for changing it into a number. So the first one is to use the number wrapper, like we did with the string wrapper in the previous tutorial, and as you can see that works well. And then you've got either the option to parse it as an integer or also parse it as a floating point number, and obviously depending on what you're trying to achieve, you might want to pick one of those options. But as you can see, the integer only gives you the whole number aspect of it, and if it was a whole number itself, you would get the correct answer with the parse float function. So you might want to use that one by default if you know there's a possibility of you getting decimal numbers. And the final option is to use the plus operator. So this is like if you were going to be adding two numbers together, but obviously there's no other number on the left hand side. And so what this does is causes JavaScript to coerce the myValue variable into a number. And as you can see, we get a number value on the right hand side. So as with the string conversion, you're probably better off using the number wrapper to do this, but as you can see there are some other options. But which one performs best in terms of performance? Well, let's have a look at the benchmark that I just did a moment ago, and as you can see here, the parseInt and parsefloat functions are performing slightly worse than the other two options that you've got there. And there's not much in it, but you can see that the number wrapper is actually providing the best performance. So it provides the most flexibility and it also provides the best performance. So that will probably be the option that you want to use in most instances. So there you go, there's just a few options that you've got for converting a string to a number in JavaScript. Make sure you stay tuned for more web dev tips.